Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Now, if you've watched my channel, youtube.com/IrixGuy, you know that I've got content from throughout the world. So how do I do it, and how do I do it on a budget? What I'm going to explain within this video is how to travel cheap. So a travel destination, whether it's tropical, whether it's across the world, it doesn't necessarily have to be expensive if one takes the time to plan in advance. Now, my planning goes way beyond what a lot of people may do in advance. So for starters, there's going to be what I always do first is identify the lodging, because it doesn't matter how cheap a plane ticket is or how cheap a boat ride or whatever may be required to get to that destination. If there's not a place to stay, it doesn't matter. So what I always do, I go to TripAdvisor.com. and I go to their vacation rentals for the area where I'm hoping to stay, and then I sort. Obviously, I enter my dates that I want to be there, and then I'll sort by price, low to high. And after I sort by price, low to high, I then look for the cheapest places that have the most reviews, and then I look at those reviews, and of the cheapest rentals, I find the ones that have the most consistently positive reviews, because I don't want to get stuck staying in an undesirable place, but I don't want to spend a lot for a hotel. With TripAdvisor vacation rentals, it's very easy to find great deals. I mean, it's not necessarily going to be a 5-star property, but it may be in a location that's better, and it may cost a fraction of the price. So what I usually do, instead of spending $500 or so US dollars a night for a nice resort, I'll typically spend between $100 and 150 US dollars a night for a vacation rental. That saves a ton of money, and that's money that can be spent for activities while in that location. Something else I do is that I take, especially if I'm going to a place that's an island, because typically islands don't have local products and local produce. They may have a little bit, but not that much. So what I'll do is I'll take is anything I can that's not perishable. So I'll take breakfast bars. I'll take maybe some paper towels, maybe some toilet paper, as much as I can in a checked bag, because that enables me to save money while I'm there. I don't have to go to the local store and pay those extra high prices for products that I could have brought along. And sure, I don't have to take them back. If I want to leave the excess, I usually do that, and then I use that checked bag that I brought the non-perishable food items in. I use that checked bag to take back any souvenirs or whatever I may have picked up in that destination. And the other thing is, when you're traveling, don't just consider the place to stay. Don't just consider the cost of the airfare, but also think about what you're going to do there and research that before you go, because a lot of that stuff, the most popular activities, a lot of that can be found on a site like TripAdvisor. And I keep mentioning TripAdvisor.com because I try to use them exclusively when I'm planning a trip. And the same goes for airfare. Shop around, find that airfare, but ultimately make sure that an affordable place to stay is available and can be reserved during that time before going into the airfare, because that's, you got to have a place to stay before you work out getting to and from. And what I would do before I booked the place to stay is that I would have already researched airfare to make sure there's plenty of flights available around that time and that they're not cost prohibitive. So these are just a few tips, and I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/IrixGuy, and check out all my travel videos. I've got a few hundred of them, and I've got thousands more coming soon. And drop me a message if you want to. The best way to get me is my Facebook fan page. It's facebook.com/IrixGuy. And thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day.